What you saying, people? It's your boy Rough Diamond here. Hope we're having a good one. Welcome back to another video. So this is definitely a touchy subject, but since they increased the price of the loadout drop, they've squeezed some of the fun out of Warzone, in my opinion. Warzone has something different to other battle royales. It feels like they've taken all the good bits from other battle royales, adjusted the bits that felt like a drag, and dropped the bits that could get tedious, as well as making things more balanced throughout a match. There are no backpacks, helmets, or different types of armor, just 3 armor plates, which evens out the playing field, meaning every player has the same when it comes to protection and holding supplies. But since they've increased the loadout drop to 8,500 from 6,500, you have to do a hell of a lot more looting to find money and weapons, which makes the game feel a bit tedious at times. I know looting is a huge part of the game, but take it from a seasoned battle royale player, looting can, if long-winded, get tedious after a while and lessen replayability. This is why I stopped playing PUBG and Apex. You spend most of the match looting just to die and to do it again and again and again. At least with Warzone, well before the update, this halved the looting time, which ultimately makes people play longer. I wouldn't mind if there was more of a weapon selection with a variety of sights and scopes that can match people's individual loadouts, but since the update, all I seem to find is Mark II carbines or ARs with sniper scopes, which if you're not used to, puts you at a major disadvantage. And with the price tag being so high, half of the map don't have their loadouts, and the people that dropped at the high tier loot locations probably have theirs, meaning they have a much greater advantage, meaning matches start to feel extremely unbalanced. Especially if you win the gulag late game, finding enough money to get your loadouts back to try and take the fully kitted enemies on isn't easy, as most of the buildings have been looted by now. This puts you at a major disadvantage late game and harder to take out the enemies camping on higher ground. You start to feel like cannon fodder, even more unbalanced. Also, with there being no duos mode, you do have to play with randoms who just run off and get killed, die in the gulag, and then spend the rest of the game highlighting the closest pay station, meaning all that money you saved for your precious loadouts ends up going on buying them back. Admittedly, you do find the random loadout drops pretty regularly, but you can't rely on these. It seems everybody had an issue with such a small price bracket, but I didn't see an issue. I didn't really see anything wrong with most people having their loadouts early. Things felt more of an even playing field and ultimately less of a chore, as let's face it, doing the same thing over and over can get tedious. When decisions like this are made, they don't usually get reverted back, so it looks like it's here to stay. In my opinion, there are plenty of other things that needed changing or fixing that were more important than the loadout drop price, but this is probably down to developers listening to streamers over the general public. It's been an issue before in games and probably will always be. Streamers spend most of their day on the game, meaning they are more skilled, and things like saving 8,500 plunder is a lot easier for them. But for the more casual player, this can get frustrating and ultimately stop them playing. So what am I getting at is, if the studios are listening to streamers over the public, who you can't deny are much better at the game and want the game harder, which makes it even harder for the casual player. If they had upped the price for trios and kept it the same for solos, I wouldn't have been as annoyed, but they didn't. It just felt like they heard people moaning and just changed it without properly thinking it through. And don't even get me started on the eliminate target contracts. The bounty always seems to be put on your head after you get released from the gulag, even before you've hit the ground, meaning all you've got is a starting pistol against a fully kitted team of 3, and you can't even afford your own loadout to make it a fairer fight. I'm probably alone on this one, but it just made the game feel a bit less balanced, especially if you've done so well to get late game and then you've got no chance of getting loadouts back. You just feel like, what's the point? Which just lessens replayability, in my opinion. Right, that's it for this video. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. Like if you like, comment and sub. I've been your boy Rough Diamond. Catch you in another video soon, and don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss it. Laters.